Welcome, Libra. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your October general reading. I've laid out the axis, the cardinal points of the horoscope wheel. I'll clarify with the Divine Tarot and finish off with a couple of oracle cards. This is intended to serve you in October as we enter into the eclipse season, a time where a lot of the healing work that we've been doing is going to be finalized, culminating, if you will. But this is, as most tarot card readings are, general and timeless. So it should help you whenever you find it. And I will appreciate your liking, your sharing this video with others, and subscribing to this channel. Also, leaving comments for me is really helpful for me in growing my channel. I appreciate all of the support and love that you give me. So let's get started. Libra, with your overall energy for the month of October, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh dear. I just came in from the garden, so I apologize for all the little goobers that I see. The Wheel of Fortune is this beautiful pink color that is showing how the universe, how your community, how your world is responding to you as you have opened up your approach, your perspective towards your relationships. You are taking full responsibility not only for your part in relationships, but for elevating your expectations of the treatment that you receive from others. And this is part of the shift that you're experiencing now, in which your community, your relationships, the universe in general is responding to you differently in a way that is allowing you now to build incrementally towards a very solid and long-lasting success. So this is as you have changed the way that you see your potential. The universe is meeting you with greater opportunities, what we often perceive of as luck. And in fact, is you asking for more from the universe because you understand you are deserving of more. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, the way others see you, the 6 of Cups absolutely is seeing you refashion your relationships in a way that revisits a sense of who you truly are, what your potential is as the result of your natural gifts, your natural talents, your natural proclivities, the things that interest you, that you are gifted with, the things that come easily to you, that give you pleasure without an agenda. Now that you're consciously building on those gifts, you may be revisiting opportunities, relationships that you have had in the past, or building upon the memories of those positive experiences. So again, 6s are always about balance. They're the middle Sephiroth on the tree of light. This is all about harmonizing beauty, qualities that resonate with your ruling planet Venus, and is really not only affecting your relationships and what others experience of you, but what you are now understanding you're capable of experiencing. And that's this reciprocity in your relationships, this deeper connection to who you authentically are, and that ability to connect with others at that deeper level. In your first house, the Temperance card. And the Temperance is really about your patience in this process. You have been looking at your opportunities in terms of your own gifts and resources. You've been balancing out the desire to build something that is a positive and healing expression of who you are and your place in the world, your community, how you want the world, how you're adjusting to the opportunities that exist in your world, how you're refining yourself through these experiences and patiently building on your understanding, including your desire to heal those disappointing experiences, those difficult and challenging experiences or obstacles you've had to overcome. Your understanding that there is a lesson in every experience, every opportunity, and your patience with yourself is translating into your patience and compassion with others. And this makes you very much focused on your healing capacity, your healing potential. And this may reflect on the kind of work you're doing in the world. As a Libra, any experience of social balance is you are uniquely qualified for. Your work, whether it be delivering social services, counseling others, in the law, or in a more organizational capacity, a nonprofit, a way in which you are responsible for distributing resources to others, helping others balance out their experience of the world. This is expressing itself through your own personal growth and translating again into the opportunities that you're receiving. In the fourth house, the house of your history, your family, your domestic environment, the Page of Swords is relating your openness to your experiences, your openness to deeply understanding what you believed in the past and what you're now open to believing and understanding. As I believe I just said, you are about sharing your understanding, your values with others, implementing your values of equity, of balance, of harmony in the world. And you're really increasingly curious about the experiences that others have rather than your assumptions about their experiences. You are open to being curious, to listening without an agenda, and this is part of what makes you a magnet as a counselor, as a mediator, as someone who can advocate on behalf of others. You can absorb their understanding of their experience and balance that out with the objective reality of your work, of their needs in addressing or fulfilling their needs or desires. In the seventh house, you have the house of your significant others, you are you're changing the way you work with others. You have always been a team member, and I see you really processing this ability to support others to work together in a way that's more productive and efficient. You are a mediator in any debate or any argument or conflict, but you're very committed to the general concept that no individual has the answer or the resolution to a challenge or a problem. You're all about problem solving as a collective effort and supporting each member of the team, including yourself, to bring your gifts to the group, your contribute in a way that recognizes the place each member comes from, so that you are about equity. This is different from equality. This is different from reciprocity. This is about allowing others to come from their place of strength and to address those similarly, to solve problems, to fit solutions to the problem rather than to prescribe a general cookie cutter solution to problems. So this is all about actively and efficiently being productive as a team of problem solvers. And despite the personal issues that I believe you're working with, this feels very much about the work you do in the world, whether that's specifically in a home or a community or in an organization or a profession. So the temperance in the first card is clarified by the strength in the second house and the hermit card in the third house. You have worked through many, many situations. You've worked through many personal challenges. You have persevered and really struggled, climbed the mountain, earned the right to be who you are. You have been called upon for a long time to serve others at the level of their need, to be compassionate, to be supportive, to help those where it was needed, not always through their requests, their conscious or requests for help. But this has required a deep processing of your experiences, a deeper knowing of what your place in these relationships were. You've really had to consult your own mentors, your own teachers, those you recognize as authorities in your life, to find the place of your own authority. In the position that you're in, you exhibit authority, whether that's providing services for others, creating products. There's a way in which you feel you must understand what the need is. This is around something like needs assessment in order to deliver in a way that actually addresses the need, fills the need, addresses the desire. And that has to come from a place of your own knowing that you have the authority to see that, to understand that, and to deliver. In the fourth house, the Page of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Wands in the fifth house and the Six of Cups in the sixth house. So you have become very clear about your gifts, about your expertise, about what it is that you know. You've carved out that area. You're able to defend it. You know that this is where you operate from the place of greatest capacity, greatest potential, greatest effectiveness, and you are setting clearer and clearer boundaries. And it's so interesting that the Six of Cups here is repeated as the kind of environment that you understand you require. And this is an atmosphere that builds upon your strengths. It also builds upon the strengths of those in your team, your coworkers, your collaborators, family members, whoever you're interacting with on a consistent basis. How you support productivity and efficiency is by recognizing and supporting the strengths of others as you are now operating from this place of your greatest strength, your greatest expertise. The Five of Wands in the seventh house is clarified by the Five of Cups in the eighth house and the Four of Wands in the ninth house. Your ability to solve problems, to be effective, to marshal the strengths of others, to create an environment where there is a dialogue, a discussion, a give and take, where the competition encourages the best of others rather than ego gratification, one-upmanship, winning at all costs. These are not values that you uphold, but you do encourage this lively discourse. And in part, it's because of your ability to recognize and take responsibility for the ways in which you have been disappointed. You have failed in your efforts in many cases, through the exercise of giving away your power with the assumption that it would be returned to you in a like manner. These are heartbreaks. These are failures. This is where you are learning to understand where you played a part in those disappointments, where you didn't demand or expect anything back in return. You made an assumption about that without making it explicit and clear. What you are now grateful for is this ability to rectify this within your own self, where you now understand that you can give yourself the connection, the belief in your own potential so that you can thus connect more deeply, more authentically with others. And it is through that sense of connection, through the celebration of that connection, that encourages you to move forward, to learn, to grow from those failures that you've experienced, failures that others have experienced, the knowledge of where you are learning to take greater responsibility for your actions, for your experiences overall. And that gratitude, the celebration of that growth, is something that you promote for your entire team, your entire community. And this can actually be the development of a curriculum, a training program, an educational program, a class, something that not only builds upon the ability to learn, but also celebrates that progress moving forward. In the 10th house, the 6 of Cups is clarified by the King of Cups in the 11th house and the 8 of Cups in the 12th house. This is interesting to me because this incredible maturity that you have gained, and I see you kind of mastering the dialogue and the interaction of large teams, associations of individuals, like-minded individuals, able to perhaps through your position of leadership or directorship of an organization or a group of teams, a community, you have learned and are learning how to master this beautiful dance of supporting others through your ability to be compassionate and share your own narrative. This narrative of vulnerability, how we each navigate through our weaknesses, through those things we are taking responsibility now to learn, to grow through. This has in many ways given you the sense that you have learned all you can from a particular set of experiences or a particular organization or domestic environment, where you're ready now for this greater challenge. You're ready to take on the mastership, the directorship. There's not a word that I can find that describes where I think you may be aspiring to elevate yourself to. But there is a sense of greater potential in your leadership of groups of people, of disseminating information, providing greater opportunities for healing for larger groups. And it is that challenge, that vision that is motivating you perhaps to move on to a more significant challenge. This challenge is significant to you because it is how you are now understanding your own growth and development, how you've been able to manage your own failures and disappointments. I'm curious, Libra, as to where this is going for you. I'm sensing a storyline for you here that is leading you to a lot of external success. I'm pulling a crystal oracle, and reminding you to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, comment below, and I pull the Sunstone. Take pleasure in the things you do. And I'm also going to pull a hummingbird oracle for a lighter touch, and I have pulled Listen to the Call. Spirit is singing sweet words of wisdom. Be still and listen. Thank you so much, Libra. Until next time, namaste.